What is good, everyone? What is good? We are live right now, and I'm just gonna wait a couple seconds here. Let things. I don't know why the last live I had was like the first 10 minutes. Green was black, and technical difficulties and stuff. It was my last live was to be precise, it was the Chris Eubanks breakdown and his visit to America. And the first like 10 minutes was quiet, and I don't know what the heck. Man, technology. Yeah, so I want to talk about today, all right? I usually don't go live at this time, but I got the day off, so it's nice. And I was kind of busy doing other things. That's why I was switching my time going live. I usually go live when I go live and on Mondays or throughout the week. I usually go live around 11:30, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's the time I'm at right now. Down here in Mexico, that's the time we have. And I usually go live around that time, but today I got the day off. It's like it's a day off down here in Mexico, and it's pretty nice. So I was just doing other things, kind of busy, what have you, and I had to change the times of my live. So sorry about that changing, but if you get it after, the after the live stream, the video, welcome. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys had a great weekend. As a matter of fact, I plan to go live more around the middle or towards the end of December. Yeah, around right before Christmas. Christmas, entering the new year after Christmas. First week of the new year, Lord willing, in 2020, I plan to go live more. As far as lives, because, before we get into the topic, because of, I've been really, really busy. I'm studying, so I'm at the last semester. I'm sorry, I'm at the last last couple weeks of the semester. The degree I'm studying. So I got a couple projects to turn in. So, I mean, I'm kind of busy in that sense, and also a full-time job down here and stuff in academia. So kind of busy, so but it's all good. So today I want to talk about Andy Ruiz versus AJ rematch breakdown. Definitely, I got to get into this. I just have to, right? I didn't want to wait too long. Some people like do it right before the fight. We're a few weeks away. We're so close now. All right, we're close to the rematch, and I just want to talk about it now. I don't really want to talk about it. Or I might. I don't know. It just depends. Like we're on the week of the fight. You know what I mean? But I just want to. I want to talk about it now. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, I want to give like a little, warm up before, because we obviously know we're gonna have Wilder versus Ortiz rematch. Also awesome, huh? It's gonna be cool. Now, concerning, I just want to break this down a little bit. Concerning the Wilder Ortiz rematch. Okay, Wilder Ortiz rematch. The backstory is great. As far as both fighters. I want to focus a little bit more on Ortiz because his daughter has that an illness, right? Ortiz's daughter has an illness, um, and the last fight he had, it kind of touched me. Um, I forgot who it was against, but I think it was the last fight that Ortiz had, King Kong Ortiz had. He after the fight, after he fought, um, he was interviewed up in the ring there, and something that really touched me there. He actually started crying. Because I forgot what question he was asked about, but he said that started crying, and he said that his daughter, medic science, right? They found a cure for his daughter's illness. To be exact, I mean, it says here, I got it here on online, that his daughter has a painful skin condition, epidermal epiderm epidermolysis bullosa. Okay, somebody can help me in that pronunciation. I'm sorry. Epidermolysis bullosa. Okay, I'm gonna type that. Hold on. Let me put that on the screen for you guys, just so you can. Wait a second, you guys. I'm waking up from a nap a moment ago. I had a nice nap, man. So just enjoying the day off. Here you go. Maybe you guys can check it later and check the pronunciation of that. Epiderm. I'll show it to you guys. Epidermolysis bullosa or bullosa. Okay. So yeah, that's the illness, man. And so it's like a painful skin condition that's kind of sad, man. And his young daughter. And the good thing is that he said they found a cure. So I don't know the specifications of it as far as like he didn't explain. Obviously, he was there in the ring, and I'm gonna read it, guys. It says here. This is just to get the backstory, a little bit more in depth of Ortiz, right? His daughter's illness. Just wait a second here. Get this. I'm online right now checking it out. It says epidermolysis bullosa, okay, is a group of rare genetic conditions. Wow, that result in easy blistering of the skin and mucous membranes. Oh man. And it says blisters occur with minor trauma or friction and are painful. Its severity can range from mild to fatal. So the symptoms are painful skin blisters. Man, that's bad, man. That's sad, right? A young girl going through that. I mean that's bad. So thankfully they found a cure according to Ortiz, right? King Kong Ortiz. They found a cure, and he was quite emotional about it. And I think that's it's powerful. So that's the reason why I say this is that the backstory leading up to this rematch and the first fight too. Okay, the first fight too. Hold on, I got some email here. Yeah, the first fight too. It was it's a touching backstory. So I think Luis Ortiz, he's gonna really, really, really put it all in the ring now. And it's not like he didn't the first fight. The Wilder Ortiz first fight. It was a crazy fight. I mean, that was just action packed. Really, really, really awesome fight. And I think the second one, I think it's gonna be because the last few fights, the last couple fights that Luis Ortiz had, I'm gonna go online and just check it out. Okay, the last fights he had, I mean, his performance, it doesn't seem as top notch as his other, performances that he has had, in my opinion, at least. He fought Christian Hammer. Okay, Christian Hammer, and then Travis Kaufman. Yeah, the last three fights. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I thought last few fights. So Razvan Kajanu, right? That was right after Deontay Wilder. Okay, so those few fight he has had. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that he's probably going to be in his A game when he goes against, when he fights Wilder for the second time, in the rematch. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was this dude. Yeah. So it was against, if I'm not mistaken, okay, against, let me see here, against Razvan Kojanu. All right. When he fought him right after the Wilder fight, after his loss, when Ortiz fought him, that was the fight where he was asked that and a question after the fight, and he beat him. Ortiz beat him really nicely and amazingly. But still, I mean, you go to his record, you go to Razvan Kojanu's record. I mean, it's 17 wins and 6 losses. I mean, he's not top notch, at least with as far as fighting, and heavyweights. But still, he was asked after that, and that's where he talked about the cure of his daughter's illness. Yeah, so I'm just online here. Hold on. Yeah, so that's what and when you see those, when you analyze those fights, I don't know, man. I just don't see Ortiz gonna be probably as challenging. Maybe obviously he's gonna give it all. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't as challenging as he was the for now that we get before I get to my I think that actually I just saw a video earlier today that of Deontay Wilder's trainers, okay? And Deontay Wilder said when he trains for a fight, okay, he has injured every one of his trainers. The mitt trainers that get their mitts on, and that put the body gear on, where the fighters can hit the body, go at the body, and work on the inside and things like that. Yeah, Wilder said that he injures all of his trainers. So I mean that is, I don't know, you guys. That's just dangerous. Wilder, his power is on another level. He has knocked out 99% of his fighters, guys. He has like what 40 some odd fights. I mean, that's insane, man. So we cannot escape that, you guys. That fact, as far as with Wilder. Um, we all know that the reason why I say 99% because he didn't technically knock out. He didn't knock out Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? He didn't knock him out, but I mean he did knock him down hard. So because y'all remember that the referee apparently gave Tyson Fury more time, more than 10 seconds to recover. It's controversial, but I agree to that. I think it should have been a knockout. I think it should have been game over. You know what I mean? But hey, Tyson Fury got back up, and he did great. So I mean, after that, at least, so we have here 41 wins, 40 knockouts. Yes, that's 99% of his fighters, you guys. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, with that knockout power, with that, amazing athleticism that Deontay Wilder has and brings to the table, and that he always brings to the table. And considering, Ortiz, you know what I mean, and his recent 3 fights, all right, that's what I'm getting at here. His recent 3 fights, I just don't think I don't think Ortiz is gonna really win in a convince. I just don't see him winning, you guys. That's my point. I don't think Luis Ortiz is gonna win, and I think that Deontay Wilder. This kind of reminds me of. This is what I wanted to talk about. Also, is that this kind of reminds me of what's his name, Stavern. Yeah, Stavern. Remember when Deontay Wilder fought Bermain Stavern, right? He fought him the first time. If I remember correctly, they went all 12 rounds. Okay, they went all 12 rounds, and it was a unanimous decision win. Yeah, this was back in. I have the record here. I got it. It's back in 2015. It went all 12 rounds, man. All 12 rounds, and in the first fight, Deontay Wilder versus Bermain Stavern first fight, and then they fought again, right? And this was in 2017, a couple years later, right? And I think that Deontay Wilder in the second time around, he had the MO of Bermain Stavern. He had the style. He trained, according to the style more effectively, I guess you can say, for the rematch, and he just annihilated Bermain Stavern. You guys remember that? And that athleticism that he showed in the ring. I mean, it was just, and Deontay Wilder gave him that finish him look. You know what I mean? He gave him that you're done. He gave him that you're over look right before the third knockdown. I think he knocked him down twice or something. And then the third one, he was just standing there looking at him like, you're done. It's game over. Finish him. That's how that would look like. So I kind of think it's going to be like that, you guys, with maybe, a lot of people are saying differently. A lot of people are saying that this is what it is. A lot of people, and at the same time, a lot of people aren't, I guess. But, a lot of people are saying that, Luis Ortiz is going to really, 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 really be a really hard competition. He's going to really give, Deontay Wilder a really tough challenge and this and that. I don't think so, you guys. I don't know why. I just don't see it. I guess I can say I know why. It's because of the last few fights the last few fights that Luis Ortiz had. They just don't convince me too much. I mean, again, the opponents and stuff. I mean, I'm not too convinced. You know what I mean? I'm not too convinced. So he fought. You know what I mean? Razvan Kajanu after the Deontay Wilder fight. Okay, and then he fought who is 17 wins and 6 losses. One trap, and I'm not basing it just on, you know what I mean. I'm not basing it just on because of the resume, not like that, but wins Christian Hammer. All right, so I just don't. I wasn't convinced too much, against those opponents how he fought, which leads me, you're gonna fight Wilder again in a rematch after he already got knocked out. Yes, yes. I mean, everyone, he almost fell there. Yeah, but I mean, Wilder recovered. He wasn't comatose knockout, he knocked down or anything like that. He wasn't even knocked down, you guys. So Wilder has a chin, man. So he can really take punches. And he just got caught. It's just part of the game, you guys. It's part of the game. He got caught. Okay, fine. You want to go back to an example, right? Like Floyd Mayweather when he got caught by Mosley. Remember that? He really got caught. Everyone thought it was going down. The crowd was going wild. He got caught. I think it was a straight right hand power punch out of nowhere. Boom. Mayweather Jr. got smacked hard, man. That was a really, 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 really hard hit. And wow, Mayweather has an amazing chin also. You guys got to give him that up. So you guys got to, we all got to give him his props for that. Mayweather has a chin, man. Do you guys remember? I think it was in the Maidana rematch when Mayweather fought Maidana. I think it was in the rematch. Right when the bell rang. Oh, man. I don't know how many of you guys have gotten in a fight, man, or like boxed or trained or sparred. I have, okay? And the thing is when you get hit hard, man, that's the thing. That's why I respect boxers so much, okay? That's one of the reasons why I respect boxers so much, because they get hit hard, man. And also, UFC fighters, bare knuckle fighting, kickboxers, you got to respect them, man. And boxers specifically, because the subject matter is on boxing. So, those guys get hit hard, man. Even though it's with a glove, that, man, that's why the gloves were made as far as boxing. The sport of boxing, had gloves made to a certain ounce weight and things like that. Is for padding. It's not so you won't get hit 100% full blown with the fist, and with the knuckle, and with that kind of impact, and that's why you see when you watch a bare knuckle fighting, I just saw the last fight. I just saw a rematch. I just saw, keep an eye out, you guys. I mean, maybe you guys don't like it or anything, but bare knuckle fighting championship, that sport, it's on the rise, man. There was a fight recently against Knight, between Knight and Lobov. That first fight was just. I'm getting into this just so you can understand the ramifications, and the implications of getting hit hard, you guys. If you haven't gotten a fight, or if you haven't boxed, or if you haven't sparred, I'm speaking through experience, and I want to just give you a grasp of how it is getting hit hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're getting at. The root of this is when Wilder got hit. You know what I mean? So by Ortiz. Oh no, I'm sorry. When Mayweather got hit by Maidana, and how Mayweather has a chin, which connects and correlates to Wilder. But so let me get back to it. So that's why, like in bare knuckle fighting championship, what I'm saying, that sport is on the rise. And that's why when you go back to, if you watched it or if you're not interested, I'll just explain it. When you get hit with the impact of a fist, and with knuckle, to the bones of the knuckle, you know what I mean, of knuckles getting hit in the face, there's damage, and that's why I'm saying. That's why I mentioned a moment ago that's why gloves, were created, to what we see now as far as in boxing. The cushion, it's a cushion, so you don't get the full impact. Because when you go back to that, when you watch bare knuckle fighting championship fights, you know what I mean? I watch it for the element of boxing. I mentioned it a few times already in my channel. I watch it periodically for the element of boxing. I like the boxing elements and skills that you see in that sport. And when you go back to Knight versus Lobov, the first fight they had, their faces were torn up. And that's the thing I do not favor in bare knuckle fighting. It's really, really, it's bloody, man. And it's it's just not. I don't know, man. Just that part of the sport is not favorable in my opinion. But I'm just trying to give you a visual, of getting hit in the face, with a knuckle without the gloves. That is just crazy. And those guys have crazy chins, man. Man, those bare knuckle fighters, man. I mean, especially Knight and Lobov. There are a few others. I mean, I can name a few, but I'm focusing on them. And then they had a rematch. You know what I mean? And Knight won the rematch. Wow. It was really nice skills of boxing that they have. You know what I mean? So now when that's what I'm saying. When they get hit in the face, man, just one hit, it'll gas you up. It'll gas your face open. One hit with no gloves. And now you're talking about boxing, I mean? You go back to that when I go back to, bring that to your memory. It's Mayweather versus Maidana. The rematch that they had. I think it was in the rematch. The bell rang. I don't remember which round it was. But right when the bell rang, you guys, Maidana hit Mayweather with such a power punch, man. Boom! Right as square in the face. Oh my word, man! And dude, I mean, Mayweather should have gone down by. I think a lot of fighters would have gone down by that punch Maidana gave. Maidana hits kind of. Maybe he's not the most fundamental boxer out there, but he throws with all his might. You know what I mean? And he hit Mayweather with that kind of punch. And he got a little. It looked like he got phased. Mayweather got phased, but if I remember correctly, he got on the rope. He held on to the rope to get back to his corner, to go to his corner, because it was right on the bell, right, ding, boom. That's how it was. Ding, da, boom. That was the bell, and bam, power punch right in the nose. Oh man. So that's the type of hit that Mayweather got hit with by Mosley. When Mosley punched him, man, that was just. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you just got to respect fighters, man. You definitely. Now, let me get back to personal experience. I have given some of my experiences in sparring, right? Sharing with you guys. And, when you get hit in the head, you guys, or in the face, when you're sparring, I mean, sparring is not full-blown boxing fighting, but some people get emotional. You got to understand, guys, that have you guys seen sparring sessions? Some people it's almost kind of the same as fighting, you know what I mean? But because people get emotional, when you're up there, you get emotional. I have gotten emotional. And then I was told to calm down, you know what I mean? And then it would just be mostly, skill. And that's where the best skills are for. When you calm down, when you're boxing or sparring, that's when your best skills are put forth. They come out because you're thinking clearly. You're thinking more in an analytical, rational form, and you put out what you train for. You remember what you're supposed to do. You see things when you're in the ring, okay? You see things in your opponent. You see patterns that you can, slip. You know what I mean? When you're, for example, your opponent throws the 1-2, maybe he throws the left jab, the left jab upstairs and the right downstairs in a predictable fashion, or maybe he throws a 1-2-3 combo, or maybe he just throws a jab, and you can just see it. You can just see it coming, and that happens when you're, you can see it coming when you're relaxed, when you're more, alert and not letting emotions take over, So, but the thing is, still when people spar, or when fighters get in the ring, you have seen it many times where they get so emotional. They get too emotional and they get a little bit too, I don't know how to explain it, but they just get too emotional, and that's where things get a little haywire, and that sometimes happens in sparring. Sometimes that happens in sparring. So I don't know if I'm sure you guys have seen it. I have, and I have been through it. So that's where it gets kind of almost like a real boxing match fight. You know what I mean? And when that happens, punches get thrown, and and the reason why I say this is because I've gotten hit a few times, right, in the head, in the face area sometimes, And when you get, at least with me, I mean, I've gotten hit. I've explained this in some of my videos before, once or twice. I don't remember. When you get hit in the face, man, or in the head, when you get hit to a certain, with a certain, power punch or what have you, I've seen dots of colors, different colors. I mean, dots. When I close my eyes and you get hit, boom, your eyes close. I've seen dots everywhere. Like neon green, orange, just all types of dots everywhere. So I guess that's where you get the stars in cartoons and stuff, right? So I mean, you definitely got to respect it. Respect the people, the fighters who go in that ring. Always respect fighters who go in that ring. I try to emphasize that a lot. You know what I mean? Even though I sometimes do opinionate quite strongly in social media and stuff, but hey, it's part of it. It's debating. It's fun. It's part of the fun. You know what I mean? But vocally, when I speak on my videos, I always have to show that respect. And Wilder took that punch, going back to Ortiz and Wilder, or Wilder Ortiz won. When Wilder took that punch from Ortiz, he was phased, but and you got to respect that chin, man. I mean, wow, wow, and he did great after that. He got composed, and he did great. And he knocked Ortiz out. That's what I'm saying, you guys. Like in this rematch, I think we're gonna see something the likes of Wilder versus Bermain Stavern rematch. I don't think he's gonna necessarily knock out Ortiz in the first round or anything like that, or the second. I mean, I think it's gonna go a few, but I think in the magnitude and the dramatic finish, I think it's going to be like probably similar to the Bermain Stavern rematch against Wilder. That's kind of how I see it, you guys. Yes, I think he's going to bring skills to the table. Obviously, Luis Ortiz is definitely going to bring skills to the table against Wilder in the rematch. But I just see Wilder really, really, really giving a devastating finish against Ortiz. That's just how I see it, you guys. I mean, it's going to be debatable, but we're just going to see come fight night, right? We're going to see come fight night. So it is what it is, man. That's my prediction on it. I don't know what round. Maybe I can say round 8. Probably like the first one, right? Probably like the first one. Round 8. Maybe less, man. I think it's going to be probably less. Maybe around 5. But I think Wilder's going to really come in this fight, you guys. Really, really prepared. A lot more prepared. What's up, Ronald Finkley? Traffic is slow today, man. So it's all good, right? So yeah, I'm just breaking down a little bit. Wilder versus Ortiz rematch, and then I'm gonna get to Andy Ruiz versus Joshua. All right, so that's what I'm talking about today. I usually go in. I just explained a moment ago that I usually do my lives earlier, and that's where we get more traffic, obviously. But I was changing my times today, so it's all good, man. People will catch it after, right after I go live. So yeah, so that's how I think it's going to go out. What do you think, Ronald Finkley? Do you think, or whenever, if you come in later, if you think that, how do you see the fight going out? You know what I mean? How do you see the fight playing out with Wilder versus Ortiz rematch? So I think it's just going to be a devastating win. I think, not an upset though. No, like I just think Wilder demolished Luis Ortiz. That's how I see it, man. I just see it like that. I don't know why. I just explained it. But I just see Wilder really bringing in great athleticism in this rematch, and he's going to really make a statement, man. He's going to really make a statement. And I guess we can forget Anthony Joshua versus Wilder, man, because I think that Deontay Wilder is going to put such a statement out there. Anthony Joshua is going to want much less of Wilder. We have seen through the years, man, Anthony Joshua doesn't want Wilder anyway. So, I mean, for the most part, it looks so evident. So, I mean, man, that's what it is right there. So, let's get into Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua rematch, okay? This is on my mind. This has been on my mind ever since it's been announced. Ever since all this, I want to go back with all this confusion first. All this confusion with, Eddie Hearn, between Eddie Hearn, Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. Right after Anthony Joshua lost, he said he wanted to go back to New York and fight at the same spot, scene of the crime, what have you, right? And then they talked about, okay, let's check this out real fast. Hold on, let me see what Ronald Finkley is saying. I respect Ortiz's ability to hurt, definitely. If he is really in shape, it's going 12 rounds. Ooh, wow, really? Okay, or if Wilder is relentless out the gate, Ortiz, yeah, that's I agree. I think, okay, let's go back to that real fast. I want to. That's good that you say that. That's good. Yeah, that's why I like hearing your opinions, you guys. So because like I said, traffic is real slow today, but it's all good. But yeah, I like to bounce off of your guys' opinions. Or if Wilder is relentless out the gate, or that's what I think. That's what I think, you guys. My second, my opinion and where I incline towards the most is the second part of Ronald Finkley's analysis here. He pretty much summed it up in a couple sentences. That's awesome. I think Wilder's going to come in quite relentless but smart. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's how I see Wilder going in this fight. I think he's going to be relentless, and that's why I mentioned his athleticism. That's why I think Wilder's going to bring in that athleticism in the ring, where it's just going to I think it's going to really bring Ortiz out of his game plan. That's what I think. That's kind of how I see it. I see Wilder coming in. He's just going to be, bah, 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 using his legs. I like Wilder. I mean, for a heavyweight, guys, I like Wilder's leg movement, leg work, man. His footwork. I mean, he gets out of the way. Whas. He gets out of the way. He's fast. He brings in punches out of nowhere. Bam, out of crazy angles, and it has to do with his athleticism, you guys. They call it crazy. They call it, unorthodox. Whatever they want to call it, you know what I mean? The thing is, he's really athletic. He knows how to get in there. He knows how to bring punches in weird angles because of his athleticism, because of the way he postures his feet. You guys got to pay attention to that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing a lot of people don't see, you know what I mean? And he's really athletic in that sense. He moves his body around, and his arms and his feet, he positions them in such a way that he knows how to go in places where other people haven't really, other fighters haven't done, where they haven't landed before. That's the amazing thing about Wilder, man. That's why he's so controversial. That's why a lot of people are, against his style. But I just call it athleticism. And Wilder says the same thing. He says that, he talks a lot about his athleticism, and I agree. So I incline towards Ronald Finkley's second part. Wilder is going to come in relentless out the gate. I think I incline more to that. I think and I think Ortiz is going to get a little overwhelmed, because like I said, in the last few fights Ortiz has fought, you know what I'm saying? It hasn't been against the best, challenging opponents, you know what I'm saying? Wilder is used to that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all Wilder's fighters, and when it comes to resume and stuff like that, I'm not saying that all his fighters were the most difficult. No. But, he's coming off you know what I'm saying? He's coming off that, he fought Ortiz, he fought Fury, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, recently, so he's up there. He's ready to go, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think that, Wilder's going to blow him out, man. I think he's just going to blow him out the water, man. Now, on something important that Finkley said also, that Ronald Finkley said, you know what I'm saying? I respect Ortiz's ability to hurt, but if he's really in shape, it's going 12 round. That's another thing that's important to mention that he says, because I didn't mention that, but that's important. That's interesting. He brought that out, because you go to the last photos, it's all over social media. Y'all have seen it, man. That Ortiz looks in shape, man. I think Ortiz looks more in shape than I have ever seen him before. You know what I'm saying? And that many have ever seen him before. So I think Ortiz is, you know what? I think Ortiz, like, he looks like he's, I don't know if he's going down in weight, but he looks quite in shape, man. Looks like he lost some of that fat. You know what I mean? Because we all admit, he's quite up there with that fat. You know what I mean? And it looks like he's trimming down on it, and that's what we're going to talk about in a moment with Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, which kind of resonates that. So I just don't see it going 12 rounds, though, man. I just can't see it. Maybe it will. Maybe it will happen. That's why, y'all know that's the beauty of boxing. This is boxing, so that's the beauty of it. The unpredictableness, we can say, that surprise element that's always, like pulling a rabbit out of a hat or what have you, right? So, I mean, it's always there. That element is always there. It can go 12 rounds. If it goes 12 rounds, oof, it's going to be a really interesting fight. Or it's going to be like Tyson Fury versus Wilder, right? Obviously, it's way different styles and stuff like that. But if it does go 12 rounds, it's going to probably be like less exciting. It's probably just be less exciting. It'll just be more of a chess match, and just jabs here, jabs there, and them just racking up points. Power punches here in the body, boom, boom. 1-2s, racking points up from both sides, and it might just be a unanimous decision, or who knows, right? But I just don't see that happening. I think Wilder, guys, is gonna come in. I think Wilder in this fight in particular, he's gonna want to show the world something. Like he does that in every fight, but I think this rematch is gonna mean a whole lot to Wilder. And I just let's see, guys. Oh man, just watch, man. Just watch. I think it's gonna go out how I'm saying. I think it is, man. I'm confident. I'm confident. I'm confident. So, so let's go down here. We're gonna go down to the Ruiz. Okay, I just wanted to make my first half of this live on Ortiz and Wilder because they definitely deserve it. They definitely deserve. You know why? As a matter of fact, you know why I didn't make a live. You know why, guys? I didn't make a live, or I didn't even make a video. I didn't even make any video on my channel, on my content. You know what I mean, about Wilder versus Ortiz rematch. I didn't even make a video. I should have, but the reason why, guys, this is why, because I see Wilder. He's just gonna blow him out the park, man. He's gonna blow him out. It's gonna be a home run, guys. That's what I see. That's why I don't think there's too much to, you know what I'm saying? That's why. That's why. But they definitely deserve it. That's why I gave more than half of this live dedicated to Wilder Ortiz rematch, especially the backstory that I explained a moment ago. So I mean, yeah, man, they definitely deserve the time. So it's fight week, so I had to bring that up. So again, I repeat one more time before we go to Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua rematch. Okay, Wilder's gonna blow Ortiz out the water, man. It's gonna be crazy, crazy. But hey, I wish the best for Ortiz. I think Ortiz maybe should probably think about retiring after this fight. In the fashion that Wilder is most likely going to beat him. I'm not saying will beat him like that, but because we never know, right? But I think that Ortiz should contemplate. Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, man. That's right on. Right on, Ronald Finkley. Thank you so much, bro. So I think that Ortiz should contemplate retirement after this. Kind of like well, that's a different story, but we're talking Riggin Dow and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Ortiz should just retire after this, man. But who knows, right? He'll probably keep fighting, making that money, whatever. That's all good. Respect to them, you know what I mean? So Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, what I was mentioning a moment ago. This whole build up to the rematch, you guys. What I was getting to a moment ago. All this confusion between the two camps, the two parties. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua saying he wanted to fight in New York. Anthony Joshua saying that, and then saying he wanted to bring it back to his country. And then Andy Ruiz saying, no, I'm not going to fight in the UK. I'm not going to fight, across the pond. And then Eddie Hearn saying it's going to definitely be in UK. Okay. And then Eddie Hearn saying that Andy Ruiz is contractually bound. I'm just summarizing, guys, the last few months, okay, of this whole buildup of the rematch. Eddie Hearn saying that he's contractually bound, and then Andy Ruiz, saying nothing on Instagram of the matter of the issue. You know what I'm saying? And then Andy Ruiz saying he's not budging. I'm paraphrasing, right? Andy Ruiz saying he's not budging, that he's definitely not going to go to the UK to fight. Salute, Chen Smoke. What up? ¿Qué onda, mi amigo? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué dice? Saludos de Mexico, man. What's up, Chen Smoke? So we're just breaking into the Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. Go ahead and comment, Chen Smoke. Ronald Finkley, the soldier, the warrior, Ronald Finkley, veteran, you know what I'm saying? He just commented about the Wilder versus Ortiz fight. What do you think, Chen Smoke, about Wilder Ortiz? And also, what do you think about Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua? Okay, rematch. Give your opinions, okay? Give your opinion right now. Chat it up. Throw in your chat there. Throw in your text. Okay, I want to see what you got to say. So getting back to that. So all this buildup, you guys, between, the Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua camps, teams, you know what I'm saying? And finally, San Antonio, that's what it is, man. Texas, Tejas. There's a lot of Latin community there, and there's a lot of Latin community there in Texas. So that's cool, man. That's what's up. I was actually I was near what's the city, man? Brownsville? Yeah, I was near Brownsville last month. Yeah, I was near there, doing some business. I was near the border there, and it's interesting because did you guys know that in Mexico, I went for business last month. That's where I made some videos on my channel via my cell phone while I was on the business trip. I was on an Airbus going to near the border of Brownsville. I was like, what? I was like 15 minutes from the border of Brownsville, Texas. And it's in It was in Tamaulipas, Matamoros, in Mexico. The state of it's in Matamoros, Tamaulipas. Okay, and that's about 10 minutes. And the reason why I say this because it was interesting because did you know that in Mexico, in that borderline area, the televisions have in Mexico have American channels. It's pretty cool. And it brought me back to when I used to live over there. I used to live in Arizona, and it brought me back memories, sweet memories of when I used to live in that amazing country. Hey, let me bring this in. This is why I have in my icon. Do you see my thumbnail? Do you see my thumbnail? It has the Mexican flag and the American flag. That's symbolic, you guys, of a lot of my life. It's half and half. I grew up in the United States. That's why I grew up there in Arizona. I love the sweet country of America, and I've been living in Mexico for more than a decade up to now, pursuing a career down here. The reason why I say this, guys, you guys should be you guys should be proud of being in the United States, man. The late great US of A. You should enjoy it, guys. Enjoy that country because once you live in a different country, especially a third world country, I love Mexico. I mean, it's great down here. I mean, every country. I'm not getting off the topic, guys, but this is interesting. I just like to talk to people who are in different countries, so they can understand. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying? Every country has its advantages and disadvantages. Every country has corruption. Every country has, what I'm saying? Just some has more relevance of it, of certain elements. You know what I'm saying? And Mexico is beautiful. It's so beautiful down here. Obviously, it has corruption. I was gonna make a video recently about what happened recently down in Sinaloa, I think it was, but maybe another day, right? But you guys enjoy it, man. Enjoy your country. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy every day. Enjoy the freedom you guys have. Enjoy when you wake up in the morning and look at the sunrise. It's just a beautiful country, man. The beautiful neighborhoods. I understand there are ghettos. I understand, man. It's in every country. You know what I'm saying? In every country, there is a. Let me give you a quick breakdown. In every country, every third world country has within them first world cities. Every first world country has within them third world cities or communities, what have you. So, I mean, that's just how it is everywhere. So, but anyways, man, enjoy your country, guys. Enjoy the United States. I love it. I love it. So, Trent Smoke, real quick. Okay, I'm going to get into this Andy Ruiz, AJ rematch in a moment. But I definitely, something I do, even when there's more traffic, like in our last live stream we had, there was quite a bit of traffic with the chats and stuff. I always take time for your comments, man. That's just something I love to do. And that's what makes it more interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes, no, that's the beauty of communication, you guys. I mean, I don't want to get too much in this philosophy stuff, but, or what do you want to cut? Sociology, I guess. I like to bring these thoughts out, to you guys, share with you guys. That's the beauty of communication, man. The beauty of communication, that there are different opinions, and, it makes the, conversations beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Differences of opinions, common opinions, things that we agree on, things we disagree on, and they're all interesting. Different angles. Trent Smoke says Wilder should finish him earlier than the first fight. That's exactly what I said. And pulling for Ruiz to do it again. That's what I thought. That's pretty much the conclusion I had. I broke it all down. I explained why. I think Wilder is going to finish him in the first fight earlier, man. That's what I think. And pulling for Ruiz to do it again. Yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. Check out Ronna Finkley's comment on it. It's an interesting comment too, that analysis that he gave too. So getting back to this, Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. So now it finalized in Saudi Arabia. I don't even know the name of that country I'm sorry, that city. I'm not interested in it, in the location, you guys. So it was finalized, right? It was finalized that they're going to fight in Saudi Arabia. We know that, okay? Yeah, definitely, Chen Smoke. That's exactly what I was explaining. Yeah, different opinions can be a good thing. It's definitely a good thing because the thing is different opinions give us different ways of seeing things. You know what I'm saying? Our ways of seeing things aren't always the right way. You know what I'm saying? One person has one right way of seeing it. Another person has another right way of seeing it. Another person has another. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that everyone's wrong. It just means that we have different ways of seeing things, which are different angles of seeing things in a right way. I don't know if I'm explaining myself, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. that's just the beauty of sociology and psychology of humans. You know what I'm saying? It's just so rich, and that's what I love about it. That's what I love about you guys chatting, you guys bringing up comments, and then we bounce off of that. And so when we go back, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I can see it going 12 also. Yeah, I can. I incline more towards Wilder's just gonna really just take him out, man. He's gonna take him out early. That's why I think so. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so fun to watch this Saturday, you guys. So I'm up. I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for this wonderful fight. I sound like I'm fighting, right? But so yeah, now they're fighting in Saudi Arabia. Andy Ruiz and AJ rematch in Saudi Arabia, right? Now, the reason why I say this, the location, is because first off, okay, when this rematch was announced, set in stone that it was going to be in Saudi Arabia. Y'all saw the buildup. I just briefly summarized the buildup. Let me mention something else of the buildup too. Remember, Eddie Hearn brought out a press conference, the first press conference of the fight rematch, where the fighters were not even present. That brought a whole new world of skepticism of Eddie Hearn's unique way of dealing with fights and promoting. JC, what is up? Alex Santos, what is up, guys? Y'all showing up now. That's right on, guys. What is up, man? Alex Santos, JC. We just broke down Wilder versus Ortiz rematch because they definitely deserve the time, to talk about that. And now we're into Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua rematch. So real quick, guys, let me just break this down for those who just came down, who just checked in. So this whole buildup for the Andy Ruiz Anthony Joshua rematch, a lot of drama, a lot of skepticism. And let me get back to what I was saying a moment ago. Remember, you guys, okay, with Eddie Hearn, okay, he had that press conference, and AJ and Ruiz weren't even present, which even brought more skepticism into the game, into this whole buildup of the fight. A lot of drama, a lot of more anticipation of this rematch. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me talk a little bit about that. And this is going to get to a point where I think, it's going to greatly influence my prediction again with, between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua rematch. This is why. This is one of the big reasons why. Watch. Yeah, Alex Santos, exactly. I mean, I remember when Hearn wanted to fight in Wales. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is it, guys. Hearn was riding on the fact that in the rematch clause, he was stating that he has to fight in the UK because it's in a rematch. It's a rematch. He's contractually bound. That's what Eddie Hearn was riding on. Andy Ruiz saying no, he wanted to fight in LA or Mexico or in the United States. I mean, and then Anthony Joshua saying he wanted to take it back to the crime scene in New York, and it was just a whole ball of confusion, man. I mean, it was just, what I'm saying? And and Eddie Hearn, that's the thing. Eddie Hearn, he brought a lot of, I don't know, man. Eddie Hearn just has a really unique way of promoting. I'm not, and this is let me get back to this. So Eddie Hearn, okay, he said, no, he's contractually bound and this and that. And this is the thing with Eddie Hearn, guys. Look, go back. And it's going to affect the rematch. Just watch, guys. It's going to affect this Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua rematch. This is why I'm breaking it down, okay? You have to understand this. Now, so Eddie Hearn, remember years ago, more than a year ago, when he came, he set his foot on American soil, okay? And he presented the Zone, okay? The Zone platform for fights, okay? He brought his line of fighters. Remember that? His recently signed fighters. Amongst them were Anthony Joshua, obviously, not to the Zone, but under Matchroom. Because if I'm not mistaken, Anthony Joshua is not really signed to the Zone. It's just they use the Zone as a platform to air his fights. But he's signed to Matchroom. So he brought Anthony Joshua there. Who else was there? Jesse Vargas was there. And his other lines of fighters. Even a UFC MMA fighter, not UFC, sorry. An MMA. Yeah, it was hella confusing. Okay, an MMA fighter. He brought up an MMA fighter. He brought his fighters there. And it was like a presentation of his fighters and that they were going to start fighting on the Zone and stuff. And it was in New York. And a lot of people were analyzing Anthony Joshua's body language because it was his first show up. I think it was his first appearance in the United States. When Anthony Joshua came with Eddie Hearn when that happened. Okay, so watch, just pay attention, watch, guys. Anthony Joshua was all nervous. A lot of people are saying, hey, he was really nervous. He was scared that he thought that Wilder was going to pop out in the crowd there. He was just, his eyeballs were huge, man. So The reason why I say this is check this out, guys. In that whole buildup of Eddie Hearn coming to America, he always have you noticed he's not saying it anymore? Have you noticed he's not saying it anymore? Okay, he's been saying, "Oh, take American takeover. The American takeover's here. The American takeover. The American takeover. These promoters, they don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna do that whole English accent. I'm horrible at it. But he was really really disrespecting. That was the first mess up he did. That was the first. You know, that was the first big problem he had coming here. He was thinking he was better than everyone. He knew what he was doing, and that every other promoters don't know what. Had Eddie Hearn came smart, friendly to other promoters, imagine, guys, what he would be doing in this side of the pond. He would be doing amazing, guys. You see, I know he would. If he rubbed shoulders the right way with Al Heyman, that's how you do business, you guys. You don't do business talking bad about your fellow competitors. If they can help you in some way. Ooh, what was he saying? Like, these guys don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna bring this whole, the whole boxing model's messed up and blah blah blah. He just dude. Yeah, but anyways. So if you guys watch my channel, guys, I have. Yeah, man, I can't do. I can't do the English accent. Nah, I don't know, dude. So have you guys noticed? I have it on my channel. I'm gonna make a playlist on it. I just recently made a playlist of Canelo content. I have, and I got to make a playlist of Canelo content on my channel. Of Eddie Hearn content that I have on my channel, because I've been explaining in this whole evolution of Eddie Hearn, you guys, of Eddie Hearn. Yeah, for Ben Media, I'm gonna get you in a moment. Salute, brother. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining, guys. Eddie Hearn, guys, he first talked about the American takeover. And did you know this? Check this out. And I brought this out in Spanish. I brought this content out in Spanish. I made a video recently. He recently went to Mexico with a El Gallo Estrada fight down here in Mexico. Where was that? I think it was in Monterrey. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember, but it was here in Mexico. This was a couple months ago, guys, a few months ago. He came to Mexico to be part of a fight, okay, of promoting an event with El Gallo Estrada, okay? And in there, he talked about coming down to Mexico more. This was in Spanish, guys. This interview was in Spanish. Obviously, he doesn't speak Spanish, but it wasn't really known to American media. I brought that video out. I got the article in there, everything, and link in the description of my video. Go check it out in my videos, in my channel. But I explain it in Spanish, though. But the thing here is that, guys, he talked about coming to Mexico more, okay? And now he's talking with this rematch, you guys. He's taking the rematch, Andy Ruiz against Anthony Joshua, to Saudi Arabia. Now he's doing a global takeover, you guys. He didn't say it exactly in that way, but this is what's happening. That's why you haven't heard. Check it out, guys. That's why you guys haven't heard Eddie Hearn talk about an American takeover anymore. He's not saying that anymore because he knows that he can't compete with these American promoters who have many, many years promoting. They know the game. They know the name of the game. They know the ins and outs of American boxing and Western hemispherical boxing and promoting. They know how to do it. Eddie Hearn comes here. He doesn't know what the heck he's doing. He doesn't know the market well. He's even admitted that the American market's tough. So he's switching. Check it out, guys. And I got the content on my channel. He's switching from American takeover to global takeover. That's what he's doing. That's one of the reasons why this rematch is in Saudi Arabia. He knows that the American market, you guys. And imagine how much worse his name would be, stained, if Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua 2 would be in America and Anthony Joshua lose again. Okay, check this out real fast, guys. This is important because this leads up to what I'm going to say about my prediction with the rematch. Check it out. Did you guys remember how nervous Eddie Ruiz? What the heck? I sometimes mix their names, guys. Eddie Hearn. Do you remember after Anthony Joshua lost? Eddie Hearn was in the back of the arena or stadium or what have you. He was sweating bricks. He was getting interviewed and he was looking around. He was sweating his forehead. He was, cleaning his forehead from all the sweat. He was nervous. He was embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, I wouldn't do that. I probably would, you know what I'm saying? Because his cash cow, you know what I'm saying? His hyped up champion. A lot of people called Anthony Joshua paper champion, you know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, I agree because I explained this in my other videos, you know what I'm saying? I explained this with Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Salute, shouts out to you, brother. He invited me on a live. We talked about Canelo, okay, and I mentioned Anthony Joshua, and I explained how Anthony Joshua was just too hyped up. He was superficially hyped up, okay, and he really wasn't what he was, what they were proclaiming him to be. That's why Andy Ruiz came and exposed him. That's why he got exposed, because Anthony Joshua wasn't all that. I mean, he's a great fighter, yes. We're not denying that fact. He's a great fighter, but he got exposed. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie Ruiz. Oh my gosh, help me. Okay. Eddie Hearn, he was nervous. He was just extremely embarrassed of what happened. His whole hyped up, Anthony Joshua fighter was just, he got wasted. 4 knockdowns, completely wasted. Okay. And that's why, guys, he knows if he were to do the rematch in America or even in Mexico, and if Anthony Joshua were to lose, it would be game over for Eddie Hearn. It would just be game over. He would just completely leave. In my personal opinion, he would completely leave America. He would just leave America and focus on the other countries, because his focus now is on global takeover, guys. Because he has seen the first year of his whole quote unquote American takeover is not working out. Okay, real quick, guys, and I'm gonna get more into my analysis on Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Ben Media, shouts, brother, Alex Santo, all you guys are coming in, right? Extremely disrespectful to the whole. Yeah, I mean, extremely disrespectful to the whole American boxing scene. The thing here. Look at, guys. Look at this. I think that it goes deeper. This whole Eddie Hearn being disrespectful to American media and American promoters. I think it goes further, you guys. I think that because look, guys, go to the roots of this, guys. Go to the roots. It seems like he's British. He's British. Okay. So the thing here is that I think he has that British conquering blood in him. And I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect those people. I respect everyone, every race, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I respect them all. We're all human beings. But I think he had that in him, because remember, the British came to conquer America. They came to conquer America when we study history, right? They came to conquer America, and they conquered many countries before that. So that was part of their conquering, you know what I mean? Coming to America. And I think they have that in them. That's the thing. I think the UK, the British, they have that pride, you know what I mean? That they think they're better than the Americans. And I think it just goes deeper than that. And I think that's part of what, maybe Eddie Hearn doesn't know that. Maybe that's just his natural feeling and thinking. But I think that's part of it, you guys, that he thinks, that he's better than the American market. He's better than the American promoters and fellow companions in the business. I think he sees himself better than everyone, you guys. I just kind of see it like that, but because look how much disrespect he talks. Look how arrogant he's been talking for the past year, guys. 2 years, 3 years. Ever since he's been talking about Wilder, Anthony Joshua versus Wilder, he has been really Have you guys seen? Okay, this Eddie Hearn guy, man, he's just so. There's so much to talk about him, but it's an important element of this rematch. That's why I got to talk a little bit about it. And with the comments that you guys saying, I gotta exhaust this so we can get a clear picture of what's going on. Have you guys seen? Go back, guys. Go back to the videos. He has too much to say. I don't have an hour to, I don't listen to Eddie Hearn interviews anymore, because I know he just repeats himself over and over and over. Okay. He started doing this. His personality started getting known, and how he is when AJ and Wilder were talking back and forth about fighting. Eddie Hearn came in totally disrespecting Wilder. That's not the way to do. Have you guys seen promoters do that? I really don't see other promoters. I don't see Bob Arum. Maybe he does sometimes, right? Oscar De La Hoya, even though Oscar De La Hoya has a bad rep, you know what I'm saying? Al Heyman, much less, you know what I'm saying? You never see these guys talking bad. Ludabella, Richard Schaefer. You don't see these promoters offending other fighters, guys. On the contrary, they respect them. They say, wow, such a great, even though a fighter doesn't have such a great repertoire or record, they always respect the opponents of their fighters in their stable. They always respect the opponents. They always give that respect because they know how to do business right. They know how to do business. Oh man. Anyway, so let's get back to this, guys. So Hearn didn't exactly, brother. Alex, you are right. Yes, yup. Eddie did that part all wrong. Definitely, guys. Hearn didn't study the culture using the term transatlantic, quote unquote. He rubbed folks the wrong way. In UK, we use this term quite often. Not, oh, yeah, when doing business, exactly transatlantic business. He didn't use the term. He didn't, culturally speaking, Hearn just didn't do. He didn't study the culture, man. He just came here thinking he was the best, and yeah, man. Yeah, the fight was in Morocco. Thank you, brother. I thought it was in Monterrey. Yeah, I think that was. I was thinking of the. I think I was thinking of the Munguia versus Hogan fight. I think that was in Monterrey. Yeah, the fight was in Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. Yeah. When Eddie Hearn came to Mexico, and Eddie Hearn talked about returning to Mexico because he loves the atmosphere in Mexico. He loves the boxing, and I agree with Hearn there. I don't say that Hearn is a. There are some points I agree with Hearn on. I'm not saying he's the worst of the worst. No, I mean there's something because I respect Hearn when he said that. I really liked what he said because he was responding to the Mexican media after the El Gallo Estrada fight. He talked about how the atmosphere was amazing in that arena. Because that's how it is in Mexico, guys. That's how boxing breathes Mexico, you guys. I'm sorry. You see how I mix things around? Mexico breathes boxing. That's what I want to say. Mexico breathes boxing, you guys. Y'all know the history of it down here. So, and that's what he was saying. He said he loved the atmosphere. He loved how the people were just cheering on in that atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? When it was people do it down here in downtown. Okay, I don't want to get into it too much, but there was a recent fighting event down here, exhibition with pro fighters down here in downtown in the city I live in, and we went and watched it. It was amazing. We all had fun, and it was awesome, man. So. Yeah, you remember that, Alex Santos? So, okay, America is super competitive. Hearn and DAZN is figuring that. Yeah, they're definitely figuring out the hard way. And you know what? Hearn made it harder by disrespecting his fellow promoters. I mean, that's it. Enough said right there, right? I mean, Hearn made it harder for himself by disrespecting the other promoters in America. I mean, had he come the right way, respecting them, learning from them, he would be in a totally different market, right? Guys, he would be doing a lot better right now in America. He would doing a whole. You know what? The rematch would have been in America had Eddie Hearn come the right way the first time. Man. Yeah, brother. I mean, that's how it is. Right here, Alex Santos says, yeah, talking to Fort Bend Media, Hearn is crazy for not studying. And no, I know it. You guys? Any profession, I mean, that's just arrogance, you guys. I just see it as total arrogance. I mean, it's just hard-headedness, stubbornness, not opening your mind. You think, guys, if you're a professional businessman, entrepreneur, whatever title you want to put it, and you're going to go to another country, if you're going to go to China and do business with the Chinese, you're going to study the culture before you go there. It's so obvious. It's in your face. How can you be so arrogant and go to China and say, no, I know what I'm doing. Chinese, sit down. Shut up and sit down and learn from me. What is that? What kind of arrogant guys? Man. He's just having he's having a taste of his own medicine. I mean, you reap what you sow, man. It's biblical. You reap what you sow. He's reaping what he sows, man. It is what it is, man. Is it really a global takeover? Is it a cash? Yeah, I mean, it's both. It's both. Because if you follow it, guys, that's what I'm saying. If you follow it, I'm gonna make a playlist. Okay, I'm gonna make a playlist of my videos of Hearn, and you see the transition. You can see the transition. It was from American Takeover. Now he's talking more about the global market because he sees that his first year in America is a flop. It's a flop. You know what I'm saying? So he's going out of America now. He's just like, you know what? But he's doing it in a way that he won't be embarrassed. It's a flop. I mean, he knows it, but he just knows that he doesn't want to say, okay, more American Tech. He doesn't want to make himself proven wrong, which he was anyway. So, or is it a cash out? I mean, it's both. If AJ loses, he'll never be able to generate. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to that right now. We're gonna get to that. This is just the buildup of my analysis that I have with these guys, with Andy Ruiz and AJ rematch. Okay, so yeah, Brits tend to look. Yeah, exactly. Brits tend to look down towards Americans. Maybe not all of them, right? But that's just like the culture, you guys. That's if you go back to the roots in history, the Brits have that. You know what I'm saying? But Hearn isn't. Okay. He's an a-hole, rich boy in general. Yeah, man, it looks like he's one of those stuck-up guys, man, like them stuck-up silver spoon in your mouth guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, nothing against those people, but hey, man, unfortunately, they got that reputation. Renee, you brought it back. I started seeing Hearn show his character when the age. Yeah, the exact. Okay, that's the thing. A lot of people, you guys, didn't see that. They were just focusing too much on Anthony Joshua and Wilder. But when you go back to those days when they wanted to fight, Hearn was saying the worst things about Wilder. He just messed it up for himself, man. He just messed it up, and he was showing people how he was. The ugly side of Hearn was coming out, man. Ever since that was years ago. Eddie Hearn sent shockwaves through the states with it. Exactly. And that arrogance was shown. Back when he didn't even step foot on America. He was starting to show when AJ was going back and forth with Wilder, man. And it's just, I can't say I feel sorry for Hearn, but hey, he's just reaping what he sows, man. So I've noticed Hearn plan with Americans was simply to throw money around. When that didn't work, there was no plan. Yep, yeah, he had no strategic plan. Andrade, Haney, and Farmer have no plan. That's the thing. Have no plan B after missing their marquee fights. Guys, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why. Haney, he signed recently. He had an associate agreement with DAZN, right? Haney Promotions it's still Haney Promotions, but there's some kind of contractual association with DAZN with Hearn. We all know that Haney is smart. He's going for the money, but he shouldn't stick around with him, man. He shouldn't stick around with Eddie Hearn. Okay, let's check this out. Eddie Hearn is talking recently about he alluded to the fact of wanting to sign Canelo soon. I mean, I don't know, man. That's just all fishy. I don't know, man. These fighters got to think what they're doing, man. I see 2020 being a bleak year for double talk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, we'll see how what I just think a lot of is going to ride on this. Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. A lot's going to ride on this rematch, you guys. A lot is going to. Eddie Hearn's future in America is going to ride on this on this rematch. And now there will be a new platform seen by all Americans of legendary fights. If PBC fighters understand it's about fighting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. So I think 2020 is going to be great. I talked about it with Chris Reyna, El Chapo, on my last live stream about 2020. I think it's going to be a great year for fighting, guys. It's going to be a lot of great stuff. So real fast. So this whole thing, you guys, Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua 2, being in Saudi Arabia, there's something fishy. I said it ever since it got announced and it was established that the fight was going to be in Saudi Arabia. I said there's going to be something really fishy about this. I don't know how the drug testing thing is going about. I don't know if there's going to be VADA testing. I don't know if I kind of doubt it. Okay, I think there's going to be something really fishy that's going to go on in this fight, and Anthony Joshua is going to have the advantage, you guys. That's something I had to bring out right now. That we built up the whole the foundation of this rematch as far as the location geographically. This is something fishy, really fishy. Okay, going on. I don't know, guys. I'm really, really doubting that Andy Ruiz is going to take the win, you guys. If Andy Ruiz, okay, now let me bring this point out, guys, to you guys. If Andy Ruiz doesn't win like he did the last fight, I don't think Andy Ruiz he's not going to win, you guys. I had to bring this out. I'm bringing it faster than I thought. I was going to build up a little bit more, and there's some, things I'm going to bring out about as far as their game plan of how they're going to fight in the rematch. Okay. But I just don't see Andy Ruiz winning, you guys, if it's going to go to 12 rounds. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, guys. There's going to be, okay, if I'm not mistaken, Andy Ruiz did have some say in the judges. I think some judges are coming from the United States to judge the fight. It's not going to be a biased judge as in print as far as, theoretically speaking, or they're not going to be biased judges. The referee also, I think, is coming from the United States to be a referee in the fight. But still, guys, something's fishy is going to go on, guys. Why? Because you have seen Anthony Joshua in those areas before. He knows those places, guys. He visits Dubai a lot. Those areas, those, I don't know what you call, the Arabian areas. I don't know those areas good. But Dubai, he's been there a lot. He's been in the mosques. AJ knows people around there, guys. This is not a dumb move by Eddie Hearn. They know what they're doing. That's why I see Anthony Joshua. It's foolish for him to say neutral grounds. That doesn't exist over there, man. UK, Saudi Arabia, neutral. It's not neutral ground. It's a foolish statement to say that. I mean, you know why Anthony Joshua say neutral grounds? Now it's neutral grounds in Saudi Arabia because he knows that he can fool many casuals. A lot of casuals follow Anthony Joshua. You know, his reputation was built off of many casuals or patriotic purposes. You know, because because I'm British and Anthony Joshua's British, then I'm gonna follow him because he's British. I mean, that's a shallow reason to follow a fighter, you guys. But you know, that's okay. Go watch my video, Race Wars in Boxing. I did that a while ago. Race Wars in Boxing. I explain all that. To follow a fighter just because of their race, I think it's kind of shallow. You know, I go past the race. I look at the skills. I look at the ringmanship that they bring, the craft. You know what I mean? The talent that they have above the race. You know what I'm saying? Race is important, but it's not everything. You know what I'm saying? But so the thing is, that's why Anthony Joshua said that. Neutral grounds, that's foolish to say because that's just fooling the casuals. We're not dumb. Okay. So we know that for the first point, you guys, that's the first point I wanted to get at in this breakdown. First point is that they're not on neutral grounds. Something fishy is going to go on. Something fishy is behind the scenes. It's a money grab by Eddie Hearn. We know that. Horrible marketing decision to have the fight in Saudi Arabia, where there are many boxing fans that want to watch this fight in the Western Hemisphere, not considering them. You know what I'm saying? But again, I go back to it, guys. Eddie Hearn is looking at a global. He's looking at this globally. He has a global mindset. You know what I'm saying? He knows that American takeover flopped, so now he's going out of the borders. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to build up his name, his market, his reputation, his company, Matchroom, you know what I'm saying, in the world. And he just, because he flopped in America. I'm already here. Okay, Alex Santos hearing that DAZN having money issues for Haney I mean, you know, DAZN having problems here and there. I mean, it's just DAZN is just, I don't know, man. I don't know how long it's going to last, DAZN in the Western Hemisphere. Oh, you heard that? I didn't hear that. Wow. They're already having money issues for Haney versus Fortuna. It's going to be a cool fight. I hope they fight. So Haney's great. I mean, that's another video I got to make, man, on Haney. I explained it on, I think it was Race Wars in Boxing, or it was the Clarissa Shields versus Hammer post fight I think I had a post fight on that, and I talked about the prospects. Haney's not a prospect anymore. He's a champ. But when I made the video, he was a prospect. So yeah, Haney is amazing, man. I love it. But I didn't know they were having money problems already. So yeah, man, anything that Hearn touches, guys, it's fishy. That's the point. That's what it is. Anything that Hearn touches is fishy. I mean, I think I said enough with that, man. AJ is going to have to be a bob and weave artist. Okay, we're going to get to that right now. We're going to get to the styles now. So first point is that not a neutral grounds, fishy territory. Something weird's going to happen, you guys. There's something fishy in the background. There's something fishy behind the curtains, guys, that we're not seeing. Okay, so we're going to get to that right now. We're going to get definitely in this. And let me get the comments real fast. Alex Santos, good pointing out that AJ has some type of link with specific middle. He does. You know, if you go back to his Instagram, you guys, way before the AJ Ruiz first fight, before this whole Baby Miller scandal, whatever you call it, right? You know, before that, way before, I haven't been following AJ for a while, and he constantly shows photos and Instagram and stuff that he's in the deserts. He's in the deserts of Dubai, you know, and his quads and having a party, whatever. He goes to that infamous super 6-star hotel. I don't know how many stars it is, but whatever, right? I think it's the first 6-star hotel in the world in Dubai or something. I don't know those places, man, but he's there all the time. You see him in mosques and then dressed in those wardrobe that those people that affiliate to that religion, you know. So he's really affiliated with them people, guys. He knows he's not on neutral ground. His homies are up in there, you know what I'm saying? He's going to his homie's backyard. It's about what they do in the ring, in my opinion. I agree, bro. I agree. But, you know, there's something fishy. I don't know, man. If Andy Ruiz doesn't knock out Anthony Joshua like he did the first, it's game. I don't know. I don't see Ruiz winning, you guys. Hearn probably has some sort of relationship with the Sheik investor. Yeah. I don't doubt it. You know, Eddie Hearn, they got connections over there. So let's get back to what the styles and stuff. Okay, here we go. So AJ is going to have to be a bob and weave artist. Okay. Second point, guys. This is the second part of the analysis I wanted to bring out. So I wanted to bring out first the location and Eddie Hearn and how he, you know, global takeover. They're focusing over not neutral grounds, et cetera, et cetera. Now, fighting styles, okay? Andy Ruiz going down a little bit in weight, right? Anthony Joshua also trimming down in weight. They're both doing the same thing. Maybe Anthony Joshua is trimming down a little bit more than Andy Ruiz, or vice versa. Okay. Now, this is the thing here, guys. I think, let me start with Anthony Joshua. I think that Anthony Joshua, you guys, in this rematch, he's going to use a lot more footwork. He's going to use a lot more footwork in the ring. He's going to try to use his height to an advantage. He didn't use that in the first fight. He didn't use his height and reach advantage, okay, against Andy Ruiz in the first fight. I think he's going to do the completely opposite in this rematch. I think, guys, this rematch is going to go a lot longer than what we expect. I think it's going to be in the later rounds. It's going to probably go to the 12th, because for that reason, guys, a lot of people aren't saying this either. A lot of people are not saying this. That's why I say I have to bring a different angle to this, guys. I always bring a different angle. I'll try to bring out content that's totally different than what other, channels are talking about. With all due respect, though, it is nothing against any other channel. It's just every channel has their unique content. That's the thing. So this is what I see, guys. Anthony Joshua, he's going to be using his legs a lot. It's going to be kind of like, just to give you an idea, a visual at least, or something to tangibly see. It's going to be something like, remember Canelo versus Triple G in the first fight, where Canelo in the second part of the fight, the second half of the fight, he was using distance. He was trying to run around the ring a lot, trying to be like Mayweather, for example. But nothing near Mayweather. Mayweather's a master. But actually, to compare Canelo with Mayweather is just it's kind of offensive to Mayweather. Sorry, Mayweather. That's not my intention. But okay, I think that's how we see. That's how this is how it's going to be, guys. Anthony Joshua, he's going to use his leg work a lot. He's going to use his leg work. He's going to jab, and he's going to keep Andy Ruiz with his jab at a distance. When Andy Ruiz wants to come in and throw them flurries like he did in the first fight, and Anthony Joshua is going to either clinch. Check this out, guys. He's going to either clinch, or he's going to get out of harm's way with his legs. I mean, I see this guy. I don't know why, but I see this because I've seen Anthony Joshua box like that. You see, maybe he doesn't do it too much, but I think he's training a lot on that, you guys. Footwork, get out of the way, get out of harm's way. When Andy Ruiz comes in with those combos, get out of harm's way or clinch. Okay, you guys saw the favoritism with the referee when Anthony Joshua fought. I think it was against Parker. Who was it? Where the fight hit Anthony Joshua, his opponent wanted to fight on the inside and hit him in the body, and then the referee would frown on that and break them up. I think it's going to be something like that, man. It's going to be something like that where Andy Ruiz goes on the inside, and who knows who the ref is going to be, and he's probably going to frown. Did you remember Canelo versus Kovalev? The ref was frowning upon Kovalev wanting to clinch up against Canelo. And it's natural to clinch. It's natural to do that in a fight, you guys. Favoritism. I mean, something fishy is going to go on, guys, in that aspect probably. But I see Anthony Joshua, he's going to use his legs a lot. He's going to use his feet a lot. He's going to run around, jab, run around, rack up points like that. That's what I see. And Andy Ruiz is going to be chasing him down. And then Andy Ruiz, he has great stamina, but he might get frustrated chasing Anthony Joshua around so much. I think that's part of the game plan by Anthony Joshua, guys. Just watch, you guys. Okay, real quick. Good pointing out that AJ has some type. Yeah, okay, so we're. Okay, let's get this comments right here. Hearn has probably has some sort of hit with Sheikah. Yeah, okay, we got that already. Hearn probably has some type of yes in Saudi refs. Okay, let's get back here. Okay, give your comments, you guys, on the game plan. What do you think the game plan is going to be with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz? Okay, so Ronald Finkley mentioned a moment ago that AJ is going to have to bob and weave. Yes, he's going to have to bob and weave, exactly. And I think he's going to, fly like a butterfly, Muhammad Ali style. He's going to fly like a butterfly. Sting like a bee, maybe. But remember, guys, we cannot escape the fact. Let's not escape the fact that AJ did knock down Andy Ruiz. Okay? I'm going for Andy Ruiz. Let me make that clear, guys. I want Andy Ruiz to annihilate Anthony Joshua again. I want the world to see that Anthony Joshua is not what he was made up to be, is not what he was fabricated to be. You know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter, yes, but he's not the best heavyweight out there. No, he was just synthetically artificially, you know, made up to look like the best. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want Andy Ruiz to win. Okay, but okay, we got it. We cannot skip the fact that AJ does have power. He did knock down Andy Ruiz. All right. So I just kind of see this happening, guys. He's going to be jabbing it out, using his footwork, staying out of harm's way, clinching up. You know what I'm saying? Clinching up. And I think it's going to be frustrating for Andy Ruiz. I think Andy Ruiz is going to get frustrated because when he goes on the inside, it's harder for a shorter guy. Guys, I've sparred with a guy twice my size almost. 2 times. Okay, no, more than twice. I sparred with a different. Okay, when I was here in Mexico, I'm here. I used to train here in Mexico, right? I used to spar with a guy. He is, right? He's like, it's like me versus Anthony John. Yeah, it was like Andrew Ruiz with Anthony. That was like the size difference. I mean, this guy's big, and obviously he would take it easy on me and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, guys, it's hard to go inside with a tall guy like that because they're gonna keep you away with the jab. When you go in, they're gonna hit your head with the jab and keep you at a distance. And when you try to throw a combo, when you try going inside punching. Okay, there are 2 ways to go in. There are different ways to go in on the inside. Okay, guys. One way is using your footwork and keeping your guard up, and bobbing, kind of like Mike Tyson. Okay, like Mike Tyson. Okay, left and right, left and right, feint, going on the inside without throwing any punches. And then when you get on the inside, let it all out. That's one way to do it. Okay. Another way to do it is punch your way in. Okay, if you punch your way in, okay, I see Andy Ruiz punching his way in more. Right, when he goes on the inside. And that's easy for Anthony Joshua. He's just going to keep it at distance. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And use his footwork. And that's how it was when I would spar against a tall guy. I would try to punch my way in a lot. You know, I didn't learn the Mike Tyson way of doing it. Oh, hold on a minute. So I think that's how Andy Ruiz, he's going to get frustrated, man. I think he's going to try to punch his way in, and Anthony Joshua is going to jab it out or clinch, and it's going to be frustrating. I just kind of see this happening, you guys. I don't know. Interesting. AJ barely clinches. Yeah, he doesn't clinch much, but that's probably going to way of him stopping Andy Ruiz. It's going to be either that or just he's going to be running out of harm's way using his footwork, you guys. I just see that happening, man. Yeah, okay. Alex Santos, Ronnie Figley responding. He's going to be hesitant he's going to be hesitant to have an offensive, consistent 1-2-3 combo. Alrighty. Okay, totally true. You guys are talking there. Okay, so once AJ loses, that's his behind off to being a model. Okay, I'm gonna get to that actually in a moment. How tall am I? I'm like 5'6", man. I'm a short guy. I'm like 5'6", 5'6" or 5'5", something like that, huh? Okay, so here, Ben Media. I'm not a fan of guys changing up their whole style after one fight. I say tighten up what got you there in the first place. Yes, but guys, the thing here. Okay. That's something you guys interesting point out that Alex Santos. I think Santos pointed it out too. Oh, wait, hold on, right here, something here too. AJ is gonna go for a decision. He can't exactly. He's gonna rack up the points using his footwork, staying out of harm's way, jabbing, 1-2, 1-2. You know, hitting a power punch here and there, and just getting the points, and he's gonna win if it goes 12 rounds, you guys. That's how I see it. This is definitely how I see it. Okay, and now I'm gonna connect Alex Santos right here. AJ loses. If AJ loses, he's gonna go to being a model, and then Ben Media. I want to tie this in because it's something I wanted to point out too. Finally, also. I'm not a fan of guy changing up post style. Yeah. The thing here is this. I see AJ trying to change up his style because he's not mentally stable. Let me correct that, guys. I'm not trying to offend him or not. Okay. He's not mentally consistent. There you go. Not stable. I mean, sorry. Well, you guys saw how you guys saw how he walked in the ring. You guys saw how Anthony Joshua walked in the ring to fight Andy Ruiz. He was not mentally there, you guys. Okay, he's not consistent in his mind. Okay, and what happened when he lost in the post press conference? Anthony Joshua, a lot of people ignore this, but Anthony Joshua talked about retiring. He said, "You know what? Boxing isn't everything. It's not my life. I got other ventures. I got other avenues I can go to. This is not everything to me. You know, I can do other things." Okay, you see, and so that's the thing that Anthony Joshua guy, he's not consistent in his mind. So I think he's just going to probably try changing a lot of things that he has well and his game plan, you know? So that's what I see, guys. That's what I see AJ. I think he's just going to try to change a lot of things, man. I think he's going to try to change a lot of things. He talked about retiring recently. I got a video on it. Go check it out on my. I'm gonna try to make another AJ playlist too. I got to make an Eddie Hearn playlist, AJ playlist. I already made a Canelo playlist on my channel. So AJ, okay, he talked about retiring also on Twitter recently. So his mind is not consistent, you guys. So it's just going to be weird with AJ. I think it's just going to bring a totally new thing. He's going to try to bring mostly footwork, jabbing, keeping Andy Ruiz at a distance. That's what I see it. And then taking it to the 12 rounds, AJ got the win, man. Okay. Now, Andy Ruiz, I think it's similar to what Ben Media said. He's just going to keep doing the same thing that he did before, right? Using those really fast hands, and catching AJ. I mean, that's. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say mentally. Okay, I'm gonna be off, man. I gotta get going. I gotta go do some things right here. But AJ is one strange man. The man ain't right. I know. It's just, all due respect to AJ, but he just, if you follow his track record, man. Ever since back when he was fussing about Wilder, he would change it up all the time. He would just contradict himself a lot, and nothing against AJ, man. But it's just he's just not too stable. I'm sorry, not too consistent. I agree 100% with that. Yeah, AJ isn't mentally equipped to handle the pressure of being exact. No, exactly. They brought him to the limelight too quick, and Eddie Hearn's the one to blame. Eddie Hearn is the one to blame, man, for puffing up AJ so much after beating an old out of prime Klitschko. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Yeah, I laughed out loud. yeah. So I mean, yeah, man. So I just see this guy. And Andy Ruiz, I think he's going to be faster with the weight loss, right? I think he's going to be a little bit faster. So, guys, if Andy Ruiz doesn't close the show, most likely Anthony Joshua is going to win, guys. So, I mean, this is it, man. I got to get going, man. It's been like almost an hour and 30 minutes. I got to get going. I got to go do some things right now. But thank you so much for joining in, guys. And go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, share, et cetera, et cetera. You don't know what it is. And let me know your final thoughts. Who's going to win, Andy Ruiz or Anthony Joshua? I mean, I kind of see it. Okay, this is the last point I wanted to say. Anthony Joshua, I think is going to I think he's going to bring a better performance than the first one. I think that's what it is, man. I think he's just going to bring a better fight. I think he's going to be more determined, even though he's not too consistent in his mind pattern, whatever, what have you, right? But I think he's just going to bring it out more. I think he's going to bring more to the table. And I think it's going to be maybe a more exciting fight. It should be. So I want Andy Ruiz to win, though. I really want Andy Ruiz to win. I hope I think he's going to be faster in his combos. I would like Andy Ruiz to move his head more, use more head movement. You know what I'm saying? Bobbing and weaving, kind of like what brother Ronald Finkley said. Try to move his head around more like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And but it's just going to be a fun rematch. I love it. Oh, enjoy the Wilder Ortiz 2 amazing rematch also. This is going to be a great week, you guys. Great fight weekend this Saturday, Lord willing, right? And then come December, Andy Ruiz, let's hope that he closes the show. Renee Box Young, shouts from Mexico. Thank you guys all so much. For Ben Media, Chen Smoke, Alex Santos, JC, Ronald Finkley, all you guys, man. Did I miss any names? I hope not, right? If I missed any names, I'm so sorry, right? But I don't think I did, right? So it is what it is, man. All you guys, thank you so much for joining in. Renee Box Young signing out today. Peace.